Hi, it's Jay Thornton with American Gymnast, and today we have a question from Kimberly about floor exercises. And she asks American Gymnast, how often does a gym floor need to be replaced if both team kids and rec kids are using the same floor? And if you don't replace a floor often enough, can team kids end up with more foot, knee, and back injuries because of it? So that's a great question, and there's two parts to it. So obviously, one of the things you alluded to was the type of kids that are using it. You have both rec kids and team kids using the floor exercise. Obviously, a floor that's only being used by rec kids is going to last longer than one that's being used by optional level kids that are putting more wear and tear. You have bigger gymnasts putting more wear and tear on the floor, and even if you have cheerleading programs, particularly competitive cheerleading programs that are you have big squads that are doing a lot of tumbling, that's going to wear and tear on the floor even more. So it's hard to give you an exact time frame for a floor because there's a lot of different factors depending on the numbers of kids and their skill levels. But also, if we look at the floor exercise on our website, let's look at the different components of the floor, because that's also going to determine the life of the floor. And first of all, you have the deck and springs of the floor. Now, a spring floor is going to last you longer than a foam block floor. The fiberglass coated panels, wood panels, are going to last you longer than just the regular plywood panels. And then you have the floor exercise foam. And let's look at that foam. And for example, you have several different thicknesses of foam that you can choose from. You have 1 3/8 inch crosslink, the 1 1/2 inch tri-lam, 2-inch crosslink, and 2-inch quad lam that we offer. And the foam is really, to me, in my opinion, what makes the key difference about whether a floor is springy enough or feels dead. And the 1 3/8 inch foam is going to the crosslink foam is going to break down quicker than either the tri-lam or the quad lam foam. The tri-lam is actually composed of 2 layers of EVA foam and 1 layer of crosslink foam, and the quad lam is composed of 3 layers of EVA foam and 1 layer of the crosslink foam. The crosslink foam is just going to break down faster. It's less expensive, but you're going to get less life out of the floor. The floor is going to feel dead sooner when you're using the crosslink as opposed to using the tri-lam or either the quad lam. So when you're looking at whether you need to replace a floor or not, my suggestion is you walk across the floor first and see if you feel any dead spots in the foam. The foam is probably the first thing. If you already have a floor exercise, foam is probably the first thing you need to look at replacing. And I would suggest at least going with that 1 1/2 inch tri-lam foam. You're going to get a lot better bounce out of it and a lot more life out of it. So it's a great question. It's not an exact science, unfortunately, on when to replace that foam, but hopefully that gives you a little insight. On to the second part of your question. We don't have any scientific studies to show you, at least I'm not aware of any, to show you when if you don't replace the floor often enough, if it causes injuries. But I can personally attest that when I tumbled on a dead floor, on a floor that had old foam on it, on a floor that was very stiff, yes, I had much more aches and pains in my back, knees, ankles in particular, than when I tumbled on a forgiving floor, one that was bouncier and had new foam on it. So I don't have any scientific studies to back it up, but from my personal experience as an elite gymnast, I would say yes, if you don't replace the foam often enough, that you will run the risk of having more cases of injury. So thanks again, Kimberly, for the question, and we will send you a $20 off coupon for your next order at American Gymnast. And my name is Jay Thornton with American Gymnast, and we'll see you again soon.